You must have heard the news of how James Gunn took over the DCU. Not sure if it's another attempt to revive the extended universe or just a bold move to start from scratch. All you gotta know is, it's happening. Yes, whether you like it or not, things once again are changing down at the DCEU's office, and this time it's as big of a change as there ever has been. No, really, the DCEU that you've grown to love or hate is finally changing. For better or worse, can't say that right now though, but what you need to brace yourself for is the fact that you may not be able to see your favorite actors in the DCU again.
Okay, just gotta go faster than the speed of light, far beyond the speed of light. You gotta break the rule, Barry, and you gotta do it now. It's too late.
That's right, the majority of the actors are getting replaced. Take Henry Cavill for example. I decided to rip this off like a band-aid instead of saving it for the last. No, this isn't a prank. He really is getting booted. And if this is the first time you're hearing this, I'd like to inform you that you aren't the first to disapprove of this decision. Fans all over the world have shown disappointment and resentment toward this decision. And why shouldn't they? The DCU has struggled to establish itself since its inception in 2013. The repeated attempts by producers to reevaluate their approach felt short every time. And of course, this has left the future of the extended universe uncertain for quite some time now. But despite the challenges faced by the DCU, one constant that fans have loved is Cavill's portrayal of Superman. Unfortunately, his popularity was of no use when the decision to replace him was made. But here's the weird thing. Even though rumors of his departure had been going around for years now, it was never his own decision to go. In fact, Cavill actually, by the permission of the studio, along with Dwayne Johnson, made the announcement of his staying there. But just a few days later, this decision was reversed by the studio. Quite brutal, if you ask me, and also a little too bold a move.
Okay. Barry. I got the wind knocked out of me. Need a few seconds, that's all. For dark side. No.
But he's not the only one to be pushed for an exit. We also have Aquaman. Then we'll have to see Ben Affleck go. The dude played one of the most iconic superheroes, if not the single most. Although he wasn't as popular as Superman, I'd argue that he did quite an impressive job. To be honest, not many liked it when he was announced as the new Batman, but he rose to the job and quickly became a fan favorite. But similar to Cavill, the rumors of him exiting the role were being tossed around for years now, all because of how poorly the Dawn of Justice and Justice League movies did. But I'll be honest, Affleck did seem disinterested to play the role himself as well after the failure of the aforementioned movies. That was never the case with Cavill, yet they still let him go. Have you no heart, my dear executives? But I could go on and on about that, really. So let's just focus on Batman for now. Yeah, so Affleck actually officially announced his departure as well after James Gunn announced a new project. The new project, called The Brave and the Bold, would most likely feature a younger Batman. Quite possibly someone in his 30s, which obviously isn't Ben. But still, with all the time travel and flashpoint theories, you could at least keep him around as the wiser Batman, no? But nah, I guess that isn't what the executives want. They don't want a seasoned and battle-worn Batman anymore, which I think is fair if they really are looking for a complete reboot. Although if you're a fan of Affleck's portrayal of Batman, I'd suggest you grab yourself some tickets for the upcoming Flash movie. Why? Because Affleck would be playing Bruce Wayne in it for the last time. He was supposed to appear in the next Aquaman movie as well, but given that it's way too far into the future, makes it unlikely. Plus, with Jason Momoa's future also dwindling, we won't put our bets on The Lost Kingdom. That's right, Jason Momoa may be losing his role as well. The dude's been the subject of recent rumors regarding his role in the DC universe. This came after he made a cryptic statement regarding his excitement for the new DCU and his future as Aquaman. It shouldn't be forgotten, though, that Momoa has been one of the most committed toward his role, going as far as saying that he'll always be Aquaman and that nobody can take that history away from him. This does automatically make one wonder about his future in the DCU. Plus, Momoa has expressed his love for the villain known as Lobo, which puts him in a tough spot. spot. People obviously started speculating that he may stay in the DCU, but as a completely new character. If you ask me, it'll be quite interesting to see him in the role of Lobo. And if you're excited about that, let me break your heart once again. Gunn, our beloved new executive who's rebooted everything, reassured fans that no actor will play two roles in the DCU. In addition to that, DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran stated that it was too early to confirm Momoa's future as Aquaman. So there you have it, looks like Momoa is leaving, never to return. But for some, the future isn't as cloudy. Take Ezra Miller, for example. When he first picked the suit of Flash, he wasn't the most loved, but he also wasn't the most hated among the bunch. But as time went by and all the legal issues he got himself into, things started to look really weird. And obviously, public opinion about him started to change as well. But surprisingly, he's still here in the DCU, which makes me wonder what he has that Cavill and Affleck don't. I mean, he's getting a completely new movie, though Gunn explained that that's because it was already made. Plus, he also made one really important announcement that this movie is actually what's going to reset the entire timeline. Flashpoint, maybe? But you need to analyze what Gunn said. It'll reset everything. So doesn't everything include Flash, played by Miller himself? Yes, it does. And you might not agree with me, but I think this would be Miller's last movie in the DCU as well. The same goes for Gal Gadot, or does it? I mean, she's the lucky one who managed to get a second movie for herself despite Wonder Woman 2017 not being that great. It did get a lot of praise, but once you watch it and compare it with the competition, especially what the MCU has got to offer, then it falls flat. So yeah, even the fact that Wonder Woman 1984 got made is a feat in its own, but the movie didn't do particularly great either. So then what? The future of Gal Gadot's role as Wonder Woman in the DCU remains uncertain, particularly following a report that stated that her character, Diana Prince, is not a part of DCU's Chapter 1. James Gunn and Peter Safran revealed that they had spoken with Gadot, and she was up for doing stuff, but were unsure of what they would do with her character in the future. These two love to excite the actors and then take it away from them, don't they? But then Gunn announced DCU's Paradise Lost HBO Max series, and given that it's going to focus on the birthplace of Diana, the character played by Gal, makes it possible for her to return. Although her status as Wonder Woman is still up in the air, like all our dreams and hopes for the DCU. Well, not really, but we'd really like the extended universe to finally pull its pants and give us something exciting. Until that happens, we'll see you in the next video.